Bernie Sanders took some U.S. doctors to Canada to check out their single-payer healthcare system, and they released this little segment on it.
As a physician practicing in Baltimore, Maryland, where I take care of uninsured people, to be able to come to Canada and see no uninsured people was a complete revelation.
It is hard for physicians who have only practiced in the U.S. to imagine a system that is so simple.
There's a major myth that in a single payer system, you're not going to have the same level of technology and innovation that we see in a for-profit system like we have in the US. And that was totally not borne out by what I saw in the hospitals in Toronto.
People believe in Canada there is less innovation because they think there is less incentive for physicians to be creative in their approach to care. Nothing could be further from the truth.
They had state-of-the-art, incredibly advanced technology deployed by very highly trained and skilled health professionals, many of whom had actually been trained and practiced in the US and specifically moved to Canada or returned to Canada to practice in the Canadian healthcare system because it was a single-payer system.
There's this underlying foundation, this sense of solidarity among the Canadian people that they would not allow their neighbor to lose their house because of medical bills, because of being diagnosed with a disease that they didn't want or ask for.
In Canada, patients need only worry about taking care of themselves. Patients don't ever have to worry about how they will pay for the care they need or how they will get access to the care they need.
The Canadians spend about half of what we spend in the US per capita on patient care.
In Canada, you don't have to worry about a patient's insurance status before deciding what treatment options you can offer them.
When people are able to get the care that they need and not have to worry about being stuck with medical bills, that there's this liberation, this freedom. They can have a sense of peace about being able to be with their families, do the things that they want to do, without having to worry that they're one step away from bankruptcy.
We heard from Canadian patients that they didn't have to worry, they didn't have stress about whether or not they would be able to pay for the care they need. That is something that is markedly in contrast with what I hear from my patients here in the US. I just would encourage Americans to consider that we can do what the Canadians do. We can have healthcare delivered effectively with very high quality at lower costs.
I love how proud Canadian physicians and patients are of the care they have. They fiercely defend Canadian Medicare. They know this is something they do better than we do in the United States.
So we can have a great healthcare system. We can retain all our wonderful technology and innovation and have a system that prioritizes people's health and wellness, not the profits of big pharma or the insurance industry.
That's what Medicare for All could do for us and our patients.
Our good neighbors to the north have a lot to teach us about how we can improve our system and cover everybody.
There is much we can learn from what they have done.
You know, Bernie Sanders really is a transformative figure in American politics because he's really brought issues that were considered fringe issues in the U.S. He's brought them front and center, and he's raised public awareness of, honestly, just how much you're getting screwed by our current system. You know, I mean, I know you guys hear this all the time on this show, but a lot of people don't know that, for example, the United States is the only modern nation without paid vacation time by law. Every other modern nation has paid time off by law. You get 0 paid time off by law, and that's amazing. So you're getting screwed in that respect. You're subservient to your corporate overlords in that respect because the corporations have bought the government and they get them to do policy against your well-being. People don't know that many other countries have free college. So the same way that we fund elementary school here, the same way that we fund high school here, other countries fund college like that. So you don't have to worry about, we have over $1 trillion in student loan debt, and you can't even file for bankruptcy on that debt. So you're getting screwed. It's a rigged system, and they're shaking you down. You know, and universal healthcare is probably the number one example of just how screwed over you are. Because any objective look at the facts shows that, I mean, we pay way more than every other modern nation for our healthcare. And we still have tens of millions of people who are uninsured. How's that possible? Because there's a for-profit price gouging middleman. So other nations cover everybody. They pay less in the process of doing it. They have zero medical bankruptcies, and all the other stuff you hear about, wait lines and this, it's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. The only time you have to wait is for elective procedures. Okay? You don't have to, if there's a procedure you need and you need it ASAP, you get it. And you'll get it faster than you get in the US. So Bernie's done a great job just showing everybody, look, man, we can learn from other people. Don't buy the bullshit. We're number one. We're not number one in healthcare. We're number 37 according to the World Health Organization. We're last among the modern nations, according to the most recent studies, which were done, I think, 2014. So, come on, we got to get there. And 61% of Americans now want Medicare for all. That it wasn't a majority not that long ago. We didn't have a majority that long ago. But now with Bernie Sanders being the most popular politician in America and his run in 2016 upping his profile and him getting the word out there and being relentless on that front, he's really a transformative figure, and he's made the American public want an FDR 2.0 type character and want to move in a social democratic direction. So, great video, as usual, and Bernie Sanders educating the American people in a very important way here, and hopefully we can move to a brighter future where we get there with Medicare for all.